There's one piece of this Colorado Avalanche team that has improved immensely over the course of the 2024-2025 season, and it's because of one blockbuster trade that occurred a few months ago back in January. And if this piece of the puzzle for the Colorado Avalanche continues to improve and stay on the trend that it's at right now, it's going to help immensely for the Avs to make a amazing Stanley Cup playoffs run in the playoffs that are coming up just around the corner here in 2025. Welcome to Avalanche Digest, everyone, where we break down all the latest news and updates and everything that you need to know in the world of Colorado Avalanche hockey. Now, before we dive into today's video, I want to remind you to make sure that you are subscribed to Avalanche Digest. If you're watching these videos and you're tuning in and you're here to get all the latest on the Colorado Avalanche, make sure that you are subscribed so you are set and ready to go for all the latest on the Colorado Avalanche NHL hockey team. Let's dive into today's video where we're going to discuss the power play for the Colorado Avalanche, which has immensely improved over the course of the 2024-2025 regular season. We take a look at the power play percentage rankings as of today, April 2nd. The Avs are 7th in the league in power play percentage at a 25.4 success rate. That is behind the Lightning, the Leafs, the Devils, the Wings, the Jets, and the Knights, respectively. Now, you go back to the early weeks of the season, October, November, early December, a power play was something that was a large struggle for Colorado. They were among the last in the league for percentage completion. They were not able to generate any power play offense, even when they were granted the opportunity to score on the power play. It did not work out for them. They were not able to generate any man-up offense. And then a absolutely insane blockbuster trade occurred in late January when the Avs shocked the world, sending Mikko Rantanen to the Carolina Hurricanes. And it was a very large concern for Avs faithful, the coaching staff, even the players were absolutely rattled when Mikko Rantanen was dealt over to Carolina. Then the return was Marty Necas, and Marty Necas was... He's known notoriously to be a very strong skater, very strong player. His puck control is extremely strong. But the question was, would he fit in with the Colorado Avalanche? Would he be able to work well with this team and get integrated into the depth that the team has already been developing over the weeks and the months of the season leading up to the trade in January? Now, Marty Necas has not only fit in splendidly playing with those top-line players such as MacKinnon, Landeskog, and Makar, but he has played a massive piece in the power play for the Avalanche, improving immensely. We take a look at this mind-boggling stat here. Since Marty Necas joined Colorado, the Avs have a 38.1 power play percentage. It's the best in the league. In the previous part of the season, before Marty Necas was traded to Colorado, they had a 20.4% success rate, which was good enough for 20th place in the entire NHL. So Marty Necas has played a massive role in helping this Avalanche team figure out the man-up offense and getting the power play goals that they need. And I mean, you've seen how it shows. He has had a ton of success playing within the depth of this team and contributing to the power play and just the offense of the team overall. He's such a strong skater. His puck movement is absolutely elite and electric, and it's amazing how much he's been able to contribute to Colorado. We take a look at his stats in the 2024-2025 season with the Colorado Avalanche. This does not include any games he played during this regular season over in Carolina. 26 games played, 10 assists, 10 goals, 15 assists, and 25 points. He's basically a point-per-game player with the Avalanche, and the biggest contribution that we're seeing him add to is the power play. He's such a strong power play unit on the PP1, playing amazing hockey and moving the puck so well. You see how skilled this team is and how well they're able to generate power play offense now that Marty Necas has found himself integrating into the depth that this team has in terms of where we're at in the season right now. We take a look at a quote from Marty Necas just a few days ago. We've got 4 lines that can roll, and we're a hard team to play against when we play the way we do, and that's what we've been showing. This was a quote from Necas after the 4-0 home win shutout versus the Los Angeles Kings. Having 4 lines that can buzz the way that the Avs have right now is massive. They're able to put 4 lines of elite players out at a time, and there's really not a ton of skill gap between the second and the third and the fourth lines. You're able to put those smaller and those not as elite players on, the third and the fourth line. You think of players like Charlie Coyle, Ryan Lindgren, everyone that was added and put on the lower half of the roster after the trade deadline. And those are players that are a huge asset for this team, and the depth is really starting to show for this Colorado Avalanche team. And it's just so great that Marty Necas is finding himself integrating so well into this Colorado Avalanche team. Marty Necas, a quote here, is clearly thankful to finally be playing with a system that utilizes his elite offensive ability. It's a great game. It's fun to play this way, and being able to play freely alongside Nathan MacKinnon, the former Hart Trophy winner and current NHL point leader, has helped Marty level up a ton. He has just become an even better player. I think that anytime you take a elite skilled player and you put him on the ice and on a line with Nathan MacKinnon, you're just going to see so much improvement, and you're going to see those fine-tuned skills become even better, which has just added so much to this skill level and where this Avalanche team is at. Now, this power play statistical analysis that we're diving into, as well as how much success Marty Necas has been having with the Avs, it plays huge implications to the playoffs. Now, if the Stanley Cup playoffs started today, this was as of yesterday, April 1st, 2025, the Avs would play the Stars in the first round, and the Jets would play the Blues. The Jets and the Stars currently both have playoff spots clinched in the 2025 NHL playoffs. And it's kind of been the common thought over the last few weeks that it's almost guaranteed that we won't see that Central Division top three move around. The Avs are pretty much out of the question as far as passing the Dallas Stars and taking that second place spot. But there's a question as to whether or not Dallas might catch the Stars. Dallas might catch the Jets. We look at the Dallas Stars, who are 4 points back from the Winnipeg Jets with a game in hand right now, which is a huge plot twist as far as the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs go. As I said a second ago, it's pretty much been an accepted fact over the last few weeks that the Avs are essentially going to play the Stars, because the Stars, even if the Avs did catch the Stars and the Stars ended up in the number 3 spot, the Winnipeg Jets would stay where they were and be Stars Avs in the first round no matter what. But now we have ourselves a situation where we might be seeing the Avs play the Jets, which would be a repeat of last year where we saw them just walk all over the Jets and have an absolutely dominant performance. So in the remainder of the season, depending on what the Stars are able to do and if they're able to catch the Jets, we may see a different playoff matchup, something that could potentially work in our favor a little bit more if we see the Dallas Stars playing the wild card 1, which right now would be the St. Louis Blues or the Minnesota Wild. There's a world where Dallas is not able to hang on in the first round of the playoffs, and one of these two teams, the Blues or the Wild, or whoever ends up in that wild card spot against the number 1 team in the Central, is not able to. The Stars aren't able to compete with them, especially considering Miro Heiskanen may not return for the first round of the playoffs. Either way, a lot of crazy movements going around in the wild card and in the Central Division. The Stars potentially catching the Jets will greatly affect the implications for the playoffs this season for the Colorado Avalanche. And if the Avs are able to get past the first round of the playoffs, I think it is very likely that we see them in the Stanley Cup Finals this season.